like that one. Jesus Christ. Yo, I wanted this to be short. I didn't know it was going to be a freaking minute long. Okay, this isn't cool. What am I? I'm hearing it twice. That's what's going on. Damn, I was liking that too. I'm gonna have to put some good reverb on this if that's what's happening right now. Oh, there we go. Oh man, I wonder if I've been doubling this whole time. Interesting. Oh, you know what? I guess all this might be a bit more interesting if I was sharing my screen, huh? Let's see if I can do that. Boom. I should have been doing this earlier. Dumbass. Um. All right. There we go. Picture in picture. What a nice view. Oh, this computer's going to die if I don't plug it in. Surprised it lasted this long. It's got a shit battery. But I guess I wasn't pushing it very hard. Having good fun with my setup. It's actually really nice. It's probably the most dynamic setup I've ever had, and I plan to add to it in the sense of like I didn't know today that I'd be doing this. Actually, what's really cool when I say this, I mean is working on two computers, because this is actually the first time that I've actually worked on an animated project in this particular way. And it kind of got prompted by me saying, oh, let me record some video and start capturing. And I've been wanting to stream live music and doing all these things, and just, obviously podcasting and all that stuff is easier lift. And then having to figure out how to route audio and all these things has just been stacking one Lego at a time, next thing. And so Zombie Time really prompted me to go to the next level. And here I am like now using the Zombie Time process to create animation and animated music, and being able to log my process in a convenient way using OBS and Restream and the tools that I already use to make quality content. So yeah, having fun learning and growing, and it's all because of you guys, my friends. Like, it really is like, having people around who like support you and care and hang out with you on Friday night when you're jamming, like, it's cool. Appreciate y'all. So this is just me, adding more to that. Like, hopefully somebody gets something out of seeing this back end and seeing how I do my process. And, this is actually super light. Like, you see, I'm using the built-in stuff, I'm appreciative of the simple things, even when I'm being very crazy and dynamic in my setup. And my production. Actually, part of the reason I've never got into really fancy VSTs is because working on like less powerful computers will obviously limit you, but it's because I'm always like taking up my processing speed with other things. So like, yeah, if I was doing just music, I could do really good VST plugins, but then I was doing animation, so I had to be able to play video. It was more processing, and I was also running an interface and other things for recording. So which actually using like I have a Sapphire Pro 40 in the other room for my more like drums and mic setup, and the Sapphire has really good preamps in it. So in a lot of ways, you don't need as good of like plugins and things if you're already sending a really great signal in, or in some cases, like I'm using physical preamps and tube preamps and compressors and equalizers that are built into a rack system. So when I'm using hardware, I don't really need as much on the software end. But all that said is that now that I'm working on this nicer computer that can, like, I've thrown so much at it and it's like really dealing, like, I can do more. So I'm going to try more plugins and expanding my system and just pushing it to the max on what it can do. So yeah, this is a really cool, fun, dynamic process I've got going on here. I'm trying to think what I should do next with this. Like, does it need percussions? Why am I hearing myself again? Maybe I always was. Wow. We're really hearing that computer whirring back there. Yeah, I don't know why I'm. Oh, it's because you know what? I turned the volume super way up so that I could hear. That's why I'm hearing an echo, I guess. I knew I was going to do that, mute myself and then not unmute. But yeah, I was just saying, like, it's a good thing I got pretty decent headphones because I keep rolling over the damn cable. But luckily, on these headphones, you can actually buy a new cable. So. Well, son of a beaster. That's an issue. Maybe not. Let's find out.
I guess we'll find out. I'm messing around with loopback and my routing to see. I don't know what y'all are hearing, honestly. Y'all could be hearing a bunch of echo bullshit. Um, so I guess I'm gonna find out later. Like I said, experimenting, learning, and growing. All right. Hope y'all are liking it so far. This video, as well as obviously the fake Gotchi that I'm working on. Alright, let's fuck around and find out. Damn, y'all. I really love that.
I do need to give it another listen. I exported the file and listened to it like that. But actually, I should really put it somewhere else. Digging that. I thought I was gonna go actually heavier on the drums, but no, this is the thing, y'all. Lone Raffle and Sus is a series. This is like just the beginning. Like there's gonna be more versions of this melody and of these things. Like this is really just the beginning. So I'm really not scared to just be done with this, because any experimentation I do from this point forward will still have a home in the series and other future Fate Gotchis and whatever. So, you won't be able to. Oh, you should be able to hear this. I think that that venom is a little too much. All right, y'all. So what I'm gonna do now is, all I did there was just turn down the Venom. Honestly, now I'm gonna export that. I'm gonna keep that last file just in case I listen to this and decide I don't like the Venom lower. And then I'm gonna try to listen to that on the other computer. What I'm also doing here, besides switching devices and headphones, or by switching headphones, what I'm doing is checking, obviously different. I'm using VLC on this computer. I'm using Ableton there. I could use VLC on this computer. I did a couple times just to hear like what the wave file sounded like, but now I want to hear it on a different set because these are a let me click back to make me big so I can show you. These are isolation. You can see these foam here. When those are in my ears, I can't hear anything outside of those headphones. So those are really nice for isolation. Those are not great mixing headphones because you really need air to get a good sound. These are open, so if somebody was to walk in the room and start talking to me, I could hear them pretty well without taking these headphones off. So it does give me some more space. Really, you're not supposed to mix a whole lot in headphones anyway. And I actually mixed everything. I did all my EQs by hand. I do a lot of things by hand and by eye. I don't know if it's not the most mathematic thing, but it's almost like cooking. I use recipes. And I don't stick to the recipes, but recipes are actually pretty like mathematically and scientifically close most of the time. You just have to get more dynamic when you want to experiment and you want to like really make space for things. And I'm not even saying like what I'm saying, some producers might turn around and say, dude, that's why your music sounds like shit. But I also, you know, if that's their opinion. But I also just like I know what I'm doing. I go for what I'm doing. I'm not trying to do what someone else is doing. And some people might think it's because I don't know what I'm doing. And in some cases it's because I know that I'm doing something that some people might consider wrong, but I prefer it. In their areas of the song. So that's one kind of cheat code right there. Is like it's not the same as like say when you're doing a band, you're not like your two guitars are going to compete. Your bass is going to compete with the guitars in certain ranges. Your drums are going to kind of like fuck with everything. Right here, I don't have a lot of drums, so it like doesn't really mess with it very much. But we don't have any phasing issues. I'm not hearing any terrible phasing issues. And it feels like everything is consistent in volume.
Man, I really like this. It's a little busy, but this is a funny picture right here. Happy holidays from Zombie Shepherd. I'm like doing this so that I can use it as a picture. All right, y'all. This is getting a bit long. I gotta publish. Um, Fuck. All right, so I'm calling this done. I like this. So I need to attach it to. Now I'm gonna go into Final Cut and see. This is where I'm gonna upgrade my equipment. I think I was talking about this earlier, got sidetracked and didn't finish. But when I get to the next level of upgrade, being able to put this computer directly in there will be another unlock, because I'm gonna get, like what No Futuristic has, I'm gonna get an A10 Mini and be able to do HDMI straight into that and be able to get video, audio, visual sources directly into my computer, instead of kind of, I mean, I'm still doing that, but I'm doing it through just an audio interface and a hard mixer. So there are some like wires in there. That's actually another thing here. So what's really cool about this, what I'm loving, is that, so I did MIDI instruments on here, and but the way it ended up going to the computer, as you could see on my Ableton, is as a wave file. So you're actually seeing waves of all my MIDI files, and I actually put wire between the MIDI notes, which, you know, for people that care about analog and film and things like that, that's something. I created noise where noise need not be. And, you know, even if it's considered like not there, it's like the equivalent of like tape hiss, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know if you care about these type of things. And that's what I was saying before about like, you know, people might say I'm not a great producer because I add these things, you know, I create problems, quote unquote, where they did not exist previously.